Hey Virgo, good to see ya. I'm here to drop in for your 2025 predictions read and just see what's coming down the pike for you. We've already had something quite significant go down in your sign, though, just in the opener of this year. Libra passed on the baton from the South Node your way. So, Virgo, you're now in the South Node now. And so this read, although it is for Virgo, any strong placement in Virgo, if you have a prominent placement in the sixth house, or if you are Pisces rising, which makes you a Virgo descendant, the collective can really gain a lot from tuning into this read because we're all going to be moving through these themes for like the next year and a half here. Okay, so buckle up. We're in for a ride. We're going to open up here with just getting a look at what you hopefully left behind in the South Node of Libra as you enter the year. Fresh start, fresh beginnings here. And then we're going to check out what your overarching theme is for the year ahead. And then we'll see what your North Node destiny potential is that's asking to be activated. All right. You have to activate it, though. It's not something that's just going to come your way. Destiny is the hand of fate that you spin into something of meaning in your life. Okay. So we're going to dive right into it. We're not going to waste any time. I'm opening up with a herbal astrology oracle for you. I felt called to a different deck now that we're in a new year, new energy. So this is a little bit different from the other signs and what they've been getting, but this is what is really coming in strongly for you. So let's see what we got. What should Virgo have left behind in that Libra South Node? If it's trailing behind you, you want to close it out soon here. Oh, I like this. This is really good. We have number 13, Motherwort Strength. So yes, this is you really coming into that place of understanding that though there may be some things that have come to an end, they are the seeds of new beginnings for you. I feel like you're in a real creative space right now. I feel like you've been spending a lot of time just restoring, filling your cup, getting in touch with your heart. Some of you have been meditating. Some of you have been dropping in, just tuning in to what you're feeling. Some of you have been making space to just do a little bit of inner reflection. You're not moving forward like really like pedal to the metal right now. You're sort of entering into the flow of the new year at a little bit more of a gentle pace. I do have rose quartz coming in as an ally for you to help buffer some of the rough edges that make it hard to really open up your heart to new experiences. I do see that the past weighed really heavily on you last year. There was some ending of something that you had a lot of connection to, and it was something that was really rooted in your past. I feel like it's something that you didn't have the strength to process or release before, but I do see you got to the other side of that. For some of you, this might have involved a Leo, also with that 13 energy there. Scorpio could be in play, but I do feel like this was a big transformation for you. And it wasn't easy, okay? It wasn't easy, but you started to recognize the way something in your past was keeping a door shut in your heart. I got a lot of Venusian energy coming in for you. So some of you may be Virgo Venuses. I feel like this is speaking especially strongly to you. You do have the strength to overcome the challenges of the past. There may be somebody in the past that factors strongly into what you're really working on integrating right now. I feel like this is a place of you letting go of something, but not with anger in your heart and not with resentment in your heart, but it's coming more from a space of just allowing and ready to open up new doorways of possibilities. So beautiful energy coming in there right out the gate. Okay, I like it. I like it. So you discovered your strength. You took your power back from a situation. That's what I feel. The situation that maybe had a lot of power over you in the past, and it's returned you into the center of yourself, and it's opened up your heart to future possibilities. This is really positive energy to come in with Virgo. We're going to go ahead and see what your overarching theme is for 2025. What is Virgo's overarching theme for 2025, Spirit? What is Virgo's overarching theme? I just heard, let my love open the door to your heart, okay? Interesting, right? There might be somebody who thinks that they can fling that door to your heart wide open. They're going to try their best to find their way in. I got this, okay? Yes, and this may feel like something that is touched by grace. There might feel like there's a connection coming in here that has real deep spiritual connotations. Like this could be somebody you feel an instant soul recognition with. It took time. It took a certain level of grace before this could find its way to you. Again, it's coming in with the Venusian energy, also with Jupiter there. So Jupiter, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius. With the Venus energy, you could be dealing with a Libra or a Taurus. These are just possibilities. But this is something that is coming into alignment for you. And I do feel like whatever this is, it gives you like a sense of grace. It almost feels like, yes, there is justice or there is an order to the way things kind of rolled out. It may not have made sense. Certain things that you went through last year, certain things that you had to let go of. I think you were really challenged to trust. Really challenged to trust in your letting go and trust in turning it all over. But it feels like there's a little divine orchestration here in 2025 and what's coming into alignment for you. It's got like the mark of grace all over it. That's what I thought. Yes, and right there we have trust, see? So you did enter this portal of trust. It was a big trust fall for you to sort of allow yourself to jump over the edge of that possibility of what happens if I leave this all behind, and if I just jump into the unknown. Is something going to catch me as I'm falling? It was a bit of that trust fall energy. But see, we got this like humpback whale in the background there. And whales are all about the medicine of like those ancient memories awakening within us, something much deeper, something on a soul level. A lot of times it can be things that are karmic in nature or go all the way back to our origins, looking deep into those Akashic records. But there was something that woke up in you that just let you know this is what I need to do. And though things don't make sense right now, I know I'm being led in the right direction with this letting go. And it was 8:08 on the clock when I brought that in. 8:08 is a synchronicity number for you. It's an angel number that means you're on the right track. Your feet have found their way onto the correct path, even if it feels like a little unfamiliar right now, or not everything is sort of found its flow in your life. You are on the right path here. And this path will lead you to that North Star. It will lead you to your North Node. I feel like you have a lot of guidance around you at this time. Some of your guidance is coming through ancestral connections. You may even have an ancestral connection that comes through for you as a spirit guide. They are here to help you recover a certain joy in your life, a certain joy that's been absent for a while. And I see that you're in this process of really generating a lot of light from your heart space right now. You might even be sending out energy from your heart to create healing, where there's been hurt, okay? I feel like you're generating a lot of the light within you as well, just to really stay connected to your heart and how you're moving forward here. But you're in this space of trust, and you trust that something is going to manifest. I feel there's something that you know is coming into your life. You feel it very strongly. And you sort of gave up like needing to have things happen on a certain timeline. I think you recognize that time is really fluid right now, and you've sort of entered that space of timelessness. So I feel like a lot of you are really discovering some kind of practice that allows you to stay more present, stay more centered. And with this, wow, we got another 11 energy coming in here with number 38, cacao, initiation. So you see, all that potential that's held within the seed, it can't be accessed until the hole cracks open. And I do feel like you're about to be cracked open. And what comes through is the recovery of your heart. This is really beautiful energy. Again, big ancestral connections here, right? So if you haven't really dove into your ancestry, if that's not something you're familiar with, this may be the year that you're really being asked to tap into those roots. They'll give you a lot of strength. Again, it's coming through with the Venusian energy. Also Uranus here. So there's something that happens very unexpectedly. When this initiation comes, it's very unexpected. I feel like it takes you by storm, but it doesn't bring something bitter. It helps you access the sweetness. It's like there needs to be like this cracking open of the heart so you can have this release and really get in touch with this sweetness. And this is your initiation in 2025. I feel like you're being initiated into the house of love. That's how it's coming through. And there's so much sweetness that comes through this beautiful energy. Okay, Virgo, let's go ahead and have a look at what is your North Node potential, your destiny that's wanting to be activated in 2025. We're going to do a cut of the deck for this one. See what wants to come through for you, Virgo. All right, let's check it out. I love this. Okay. Big energy. 9 energy. Your energy. Yeah, I do feel like something has been cleansed away here. I think you're in the final stages of cleansing away an old cycle. For some of you, this could have been connected with an Aquarius, but I do feel like there's a little bit more cleansing around the past that needs to be done. And this will probably be with you through Aquarius season, which is just around the corner here. I feel like you're dealing a lot with memory at this time. I also feel like you've made a wish on a star. You want to see it come through to fruition. I feel like this is a dream you've held on to for quite a long time, a situation where you're wanting to see a sense of justice or you're wanting to see a sense of balance. And I do feel like that star will be on the rise. But what's really interesting is right now, in order to enact this destiny, you really need to step onto your path very much in your empowered solo energy. And this is because you're meant to embody a place of leadership in the story that unfolds. All right. There's a lot of unpredictable stuff that's going to come into your life in 2025. It may really take you by surprise where you end up when you get to the end of the year. But I feel like you're rising up into a more prominent position, into a leadership position. And it's based off of the strength of what you went through in the past. So this is something to feel grateful for. I think you're going to recognize even the really rough stuff you went through. If you wouldn't have gone through that, it wouldn't have made you ready to step into this position of leadership that you are going to be taking on here. Big Leo energy coming through in relation to this. This could also be connected to a Leo. I also feel it's that energy of really the essence of your sun sign coming through. Some of you may be Leo sun signs. Some of you may have Leo strongly aspected in your chart. But I feel like this is really your solar energy coming forward. So whether you're a Virgo sun sign or whatever your sun sign may be, some of you may be Libras with the scales up there. This is really time to embody your solar energy, whatever your sun sign is. Step fully into that because it offers you a pathway to leadership. Okay. It offers you insight into where you need to bring balance in order to be able to step into this role of leadership. And there is something here a bit about that hermit energy where you are treading an unfamiliar path. You're generating the light within you to see your way forward. And you may kind of be off on your own for a bit. You may be disconnected from some people that you're used to being connected to, but you're meant to lead this particular charge. That's what I got. I hear other people will come in time. They'll catch up down the road. Yes, right now you're in the process of a major change. And you will see that there's like this Ace of Cups energy coming in here. So not only have you really been like cleansing away the old, but there's something coming in here just for you. And it's a source of real personal fulfillment. You're really coming into alignment with yourself and you're starting to see a lot of flow in your life. This is really beautiful energy. I feel like you're in a very balanced place, right? Solar, lunar energies balanced out here. And you're very much following your intuition. It's giving me the impression of the rune Lagos. So it's like you're entering that waterway. You're learning a new kind of flow, you know, really embracing just trusting where your feeling is guiding you instead of having everything meticulously planned and scheduled. I feel like this will be the key to your success. And I also feel like this is what's going to lead you to the greatest fulfillment, especially in relation to any kind of creative aspirations you have or any kind of work that you're really invested in doing. You might have been trying to do something a little too formulaic and you need to go more with the flow. 1711 on the clock. Yeah, that 811 energy. That's really what's going to bring you more into that position of leadership in the year ahead. That's what's going to lead to the manifestation of your success, but also for you really to be in your element and for it to feel right. Okay, good energy opening up, Virgo. Now we're going to check out the hand of fate that you'll be dealt, potential challengers or reversals you may face. We have to look at this stuff. I mean, it's part of reality, but if you know what's kind of coming around the bend, then you can be prepared for it and you won't be caught off guard. Okay, there could be a particularly sort of tricky character that might be coming back around. They may want to balance things out with you. This is a bit of a shapeshifter energy. This may have been somebody who was playing some games. They may have even been sort of talking smack about you, and they may see it as kind of harmless, but actually, I don't think you take it that way at all. I think it really threw some things out of balance for you. This person is somebody who was supposed to be a friend to you, but they really like worked against you here. That's what I got. I do feel like you haven't heard the last of this person. I do feel like they're going to come back around here. They're going to have some answers for you. You know, they're going to tell you why things went down the way they did. But I do feel like you're going to get half truths here. You're not going to get the full story. They'll like see how much can I reveal and kind of like get it in without giving it all away. Yeah, this is a little monkey business here. Like somebody got caught up for sure. Somebody's been sort of exposed and they want to get back in your good graces. Okay, this is a friend. This is a friend who did you a little dirty here, right? This character is coming in as a challenger, right? Let's get some more details about this individual here. Okay, let's see what's going on here. What potential challengers or reversals may Virgo face in 2025 and how they need to handle it. We're working with the occult tarot here to get these answers. Okay, we got Knight of Pentacles. This is your energy. I mean, I think you've been weighed down long enough. Whatever this situation was, I think it was a real burden to you. I think it held you back. But I do see that you have a certain truth that you're armed with here. And I also see you're very focused on making this year a lot different than last year. You're definitely wanting to call in your sun, call in your happiness. And I do feel like you're ready to move beyond this, okay? This person's going to reach out to you with a message. I do feel like it's been a long time coming. Do use your 2020 vision with this character, okay? Don't rely on hindsight. You already know what you went through in a situation before. I do feel like this influence, whatever it is, it can slow you down just as you're starting to get aligned with where you need to go. So do be on the lookout for this. I do feel like this person's going to send you a message, and they're going to be very amicable in the message. They're really going to appear like they've seen the error of their ways and they want to work this out with you. But it's sort of like a little bit of putting on appearances. I feel like this person got called out, or they're sort of like a little exposed right now for these games that they were playing, and that's why they want to get back in your good graces, right? Let me get some more details about this for you, Virgo. You'll know what this is. This person will slow things down, though. I feel that. Like, they're a bit of an impediment to you. Like, they just burden you. That's what it feels like. Yeah, and it's coming out again as another confirmation. Like, yes, you already know the truth in this situation. You do. You already know the truth in this situation. So it's up to you. If you decide to let this back in again, I'm giving you the heads up, though, that this energy will slow you down. This is coming in as a challenger, you know? Let me do a cut the deck and see what we got here. Just cap that off. Yeah, this is the devil, man. This is somebody that's really looking at, how can I get ahead? How can I reconnect with Virgo so I can take advantage of the situation, get myself out of the tight spot I'm in advance? You know, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, don't have to be. But I feel like if you let this individual in, those new beginnings that you're starting to spark in your life, they're going to come to a quick end. It says makes mortals worse off than ever before, tricks mortals into being bound. So yeah, you let this in, you're going to find yourself sort of like attached to this person and all the like mess that comes with them. That's what I got. Not in your best interest here. All right. Yeah, they'll bring you a tower, man. You do need to be aware of this. This is already something that you called out the truth in this situation. You saw it very clearly. You don't need a repeat of this energy again. This is a promoter of discord, arguments, war, falsehoods. They give generous responses, but that's only because their butt's exposed here and they're trying to save their ass. And you're hoping that you'll be the one to do it, all right? But I do feel it's going to do nothing but cause you problems here. Tower energy again. Scorpio coming through strong for you in relation to this. Aries energy around that as well. All right, let's go ahead and check out your hand of fortune that you will be dealt, the luck and allies you'll find on your path in 2025. 5 of Wands. I like this energy because with this card, it's sort of like, you know, Spirit's been watching in concealment all this dissension that's been stirred around you, all this conflict, all this drama. They know that there's a lot of people here jockeying for a position, and they would be happy to take you down a peg so they can go ahead and advance ahead. But I feel like you're winning the judgments here and you're protected. You're also going to be protected from liars here. You'll be able to know who's lying to you and who's honest, right? And you'll be aligned with the people who are truthful, who will, you know, stand by your side here, who may rise to your defense as well, I'm getting. Okay, so you may have some people that are starting to notice that something's been really unfair here, and they're rising to your defense. They're speaking on your behalf. I do have the sense that some of these people may have been along for the ride in the past. Like they may have done their share of gossiping too, but I feel like whoever they sort of followed created a real convincing argument, you could say, okay? They really worked them. And then as things sort of played out, they realized, oh man, I shouldn't have done Virgo like that, okay? So there may be somebody that's changing their position, and they're also like clearing things out. So it's an interesting kind of energy here. I do feel like there are some people that are genuine, you know, that have seen the error of their ways. But I feel like there's one person in particular that you're like, no, no more. Absolutely not. You're no longer welcome here, okay? And I think you got to trust that decision, okay? You'll know what this is. But let's see who these allies are and what luck this is coming in. I feel like you're rising above any pettiness, any drama, any arguments that are going down, which is excellent for you. And yeah, that's because you're growing here. Finances looking really good with the Nine of Pentacles. There's a lot developing for you this year, a lot that you have worked really hard for. If you've been waiting for those rewards to come in, 2025 is the year it will come in. A lot of growth here, a lot of spiritual growth. Also, I see just you're in this really healthy place. Mind, body, spirit. Life's looking healthy too. Like the opportunities are starting to come in. Your hard work's paying off. The work you've done on yourself is evident. A lot of you will experience a major physical transformation this year. Like it'll be like night and day. People are going to be really surprised when they haven't seen you for a while and they run into you next. You're going to be like, whoa, what happened? Okay. And I think this has everything to do with you let go. You let go and you started trusting what your soul was telling you. You stopped listening to what other people were saying. You started listening to your own intuition and also just how you felt guided by spirit. This has brought you into a place of alignment. And you will identify the traitors and you'll be able to destroy all their plans. So that's really good energy, man. All right, let's check it out. What luck and allies are coming in for Virgo? Yeah, I feel like you're really just going to go through this period where it might start out slow this year, but then I feel like something happens. All of a sudden, you just like jump way ahead, man. Yes, and there's a proper balance that's coming in here. And I do feel where you sent up those prayers and you've been waiting for them to be delivered, your requests are going to be fulfilled. You're really going to start seeing that I am supported by life. I do have a connection to spirit. I am hearing correctly. This is beautiful energy. I also feel like whatever you're working on here in 2025, whether that's a creative project or whether you're entering a new field or you're developing a business of your own, you're going to gain a lot financially as a result of that. And also, I feel like a lot of people are going to become familiar with your work, familiar with what you do. Your name will be talked about, you know, in a good way, cast in a favorable light. So that's nice. I do feel like it brings in some kind of harvest to make up where there's been imbalance in the past. Oh, I love this. No more disappointment for you with 4 cups. You're not giving any time, energy to anything that's disappointing. I think in the past, when you face disappointments, you spent too much time like trying to figure out, is there a way I can turn this around? Is there a way I can make this better? And you're just not wasting your time with that anymore. If it falls flat, okay, I'm going to let it go. And I think that's going to make things a lot easier for you. Yeah, there's something that you just recognize, like, I don't need to try to heal this anymore. Like, I've healed from it and I've extended the healing, but you can't force somebody else to heal with you, you know? And I think this is really freeing you up. This is good energy. And I also feel like you taking this action and just being willing to sort of like let it go it's also really caused those who were sort of slinging arrows at you to go, wait a minute. Like they're kind of getting a different view of the situation. So I don't think you're going to be dealing with the same disappointments you were in the past, which is very positive. Let's do a cut of the deck and see what we got here. Okay. The Hanged Man. Yeah, you have protection from liars, evil spells, and bad spirits. Judgment's being called on somebody who got you hung up. Now, with the Hangman coming through, that's Pisces, which is now in the North Node. It is your descendant sign. This is also the house of karma. It's also the house of hidden enemies. So where there was somebody, you know, you had that energy come in, somebody that you thought was a friend, somebody that you thought was true to you, where somebody did you wrong, judgment's being called on this person. Whoever this person was, it was up to their monkey business and spreading lies and all this crap. They're not going to be doing that. They're not going to be doing that because this person's getting caught up, right? And if you were afraid of like spiritual work being sent your way, if that's something you suspected, there's no more power for this individual to do this. The reason why there's no power for this individual to do this is because you broke the energetic link. That's the only way any of that stuff can influence you or affect you. You have to be in energetic agreement with it. And what I see you did is you just completely let go. You're like, I'm healed from that. You know, it is what it is. You may have had to kind of look at it from a very stoic perspective and just say, okay, you know, that hurts. That's rough. I thought you were different, you know. I didn't know that's who you were. This is a bummer, but okay, I'm glad I know. I don't have to waste any more time here. I'm moving forward. And yeah, it lifted a whole bunch of heavy energy from you. So you're going to find that things are just moving forward a lot easier for you this year. You're not feeling so like held back. You don't feel like you're moving against so much resistance. I like this for you. Ah, and this may even bring some kind of restitution in matters of love, I have to say for you. This could have even been a situation where you had somebody that kind of came in between you and somebody that, you know, you had a lot of love for. They might have caused problems. I feel like there's going to be restitution in that regard, okay? Wherever there was interruption in a connection caused by somebody like spreading lies or interfering, there's like blockage wanting to come in around this. It's like somebody tried to take your voice from you. They spoke your truth and they totally warped it, slanted it in a very self-serving way. That's what I got. And you're going to discover who this person is. I think you've already suspected this character, though. I have to tell you. I think you've already suspected this character. I think you've already distanced yourself. I think you've already taken these steps. You've already freed yourself from this energy. I see that with 33:23 on the clock. Yes. There's something that came through in a communication that you were just like, oh no. It's like the communication revealed everything about this person. And you said, that's it. And you affected a change. It might have come out of left field. It might have felt very unexpected to this individual. They may have never seen you handle a situation like that before, but you cut something off with a quickness because you saw it clear as day. You saw the interference. You weren't like roped in by the machinations of this person. I do feel like where you had suspicion that somebody caused problems in a situation, it is going to be called out. That person is going to be exposed. And I feel like for you, this is a good thing, okay? I do feel like for you, it's a good thing because you feel like there needs to be justice in some situation where there was something lost. It was a huge disappointment. And I do feel like it was something that was supposed to come into alignment, but there was major interference here with somebody that has your heart. The King of Cups energy here, water sign energy in connection with this. big Pisces energy with the Hanged Man there. Any water sign energy could be factoring in there. We've had Scorpio come out for you a bit. We've also got Cancer in the mix there, okay? All right, so now let's see your hand that you're going to play in 2025. This card wanted to be left behind, so let me look at that. Oh, yeah, see? You're very decisive. Virgos are extremely sharp. They have a very sharp intellect. And there is something here where people may have played you for a fool. They may have thought that you weren't too intelligent here, but you saw through this ball of confusion that they tried to wind you up here in, and you used your brains to make an executive decision. And you just cut all the nonsense off. I feel like anybody who brought any kind of complication, drama, confusion into your life, you're like, nope, I don't have time for it. You made an executive decision. You cut it off. You were the decision maker here. And this was an excellent choice on your behalf. I feel like this is what's really allowing you to free up your energy in 2025. And just experience the kind of expansion that you deserve, all right? It was rough going. I'm not saying it's all done. I mean, you are in the South Node now, so there's going to be more karmic cleanup coming through here. But you did get a lot of this out of the way, and you're nobody's fool, all right? All right, let's dive into this. We're going to do 3 cuts with the Arcane BS deck here. That deck I was using before for your fortune was the Angel Tarot, made by Travis McHenry, same dude who did the Occult Tarot I was working with there too. Okay, I try to remember to call out the decks because I know people are always looking for decks, always curious what decks I'm using here. This is the Arcane BS deck. It's one of my favorites. So we're going to look at what are your strengths, what are your power-ups, how will you be leveling up in 2025, Virgo. We're also going to look at the magics you'll be wielding, the magics you hold, the magics you'll be recovering or claiming in 2025. And we're also going to look at the advantages that you're going to have in 2025. Okay, we're going to do this with just simple cuts of the deck, put it in the frame so you can see. First cut here is for the advantages you have in 2025. Second cut is for the magics you'll hold, wield, recover. And the first cut here is for your strengths, your power-ups, your level-ups. Let's look at that first, all right? Yeah, you know what? I think that you might have really pulled away from social media. You might have realized that there was just too much like sort of like, you know, secret kind of activity going on online. You also feel like there was too much that was convoluted, too much that was hidden, too many false fronts. I do feel like you were sort of slow going with this for a while with that turtle medicine coming through. You tried to tell yourself it was nothing. You kept seeing kind of unusual stuff going on online that felt a little off to you. Some of your online connections were feeling a little bit shady, you know, a little sneak dissing in the post, that kind of action. I think you just said, I'm done, you know. I think you pulled away from this, you know. You're not really active on social media anymore. I do feel like this is a really good choice on your behalf. I do feel like this was something that was holding you back, something that was causing too many problems, too much confusion, too distracting too. It might have really been slowing you down. I feel like there's something about you were really slowed down. It feels like by a group of people, a certain social circle. Okay. Why did I do that? I was going to look at the top card, but I did that. Okay, it came out a little different for you. Blocking energy. Interesting. Ooh, I like this. See, you made a really wise choice here. Rhubarb Tony here, okay? So I really feel this is like that big emperor kind of energy. And it applies, right? It applies whether you're man, woman, makes no difference. This, again, remember, you're supposed to move into a position of leadership this year. That's that emperor energy, you know? Really holding down court at the North Node. What's guiding you with that rhubarb there? Rhubarb is associated with the planet Venus. So again, your heart's leading the way here. And where you end up, you're leading with your heart. And so that's going to land you in the place where you're really sitting in the center of your heart when you step into this leadership position. You have a lot of knowledge you're bringing forward with you with that pterodactyl medicine. And I do feel like, you know, maybe some people don't expect you to level up like this. I think it might even surprise you, you know? Notice the way this character is dressed. Like they're so laid back to be sitting in that position of real authority. I don't think that's why you're doing what you're doing. Like I said, whatever you're pouring your time, your energy, your heart into here, this is something that you're like heart to the wheel, like you're fully invested in this. This is something that you feel called to do. You know, it's just really rooted in your being. It's like your passion, it's your purpose here. And so I think it's even going to kind of surprise you when by doing what you love, by pouring energy into what you love, you end up in this leadership role, in this position of powers. This looks really, really good. There might even be somebody that's also seeing a different side of you. This could be somebody who's in a position of power or is like that emperor kind of energy. And they're starting to see something in you they didn't see before. Okay. This person may be, you know, sort of standing strong with you. They might give you some kind of opportunity. There's something maybe they're even learning from you. It's like they're seeing a different aspect of you, a different dimension of you here. Okay. This was kind of like crossing energy. So I like this as the crossing energy. Let's look at the top card. You're the only sign I'm done out with. That's not how this was supposed to go. But you see, that's kind of the energy this year. You can't be formulaic about things. You have to just sort of flow with what feels right. And that's what happened here. Ooh, yes. Okay. So you're really standing in your power here. And there are new beginnings you're wanting to birth in your life here. There's things that you want to call in. You cut things off. You created endings in your life because you knew these things were holding you back from the new beginnings you wanted to see. And you're not anybody's pawn here. I do feel like you got your own special formula for success here that you're enacting in 2025. And you're not allowing anybody to hold this back. In fact, where you did feel really held back or like there was interference in new beginnings in 2024 where you felt like certain things passed you by or there were missed opportunities, you may be surprised to see these opportunities come back around in a new and better form, maybe a revisioning as well of how to move forward that is much stronger. It's like a much stronger foundation than it would have been if it would have moved forward in the past. That's what I gather here. Again, there's like big Ace of Cups kind of energy. It's all starting with you. This is all because you've really poured into yourself. You've been trusting your own vision. The more you continue to do this, the more you continue to really work with your creative energy and pour energy into those creative projects or those aspirations you have that really do feed your heart, those things that excite you, or you feel like they're your calling, you know? Maybe it's not your job. Maybe it's not how you're making your income, right? But it's just something that you're like, I got to generate some energy in this direction because I feel like I'm called to do this. You may be surprised the way that levels you up. What starts out as something that you're doing on the side, 44, 44 on the clock, is actually something that's quite heaven sent. And again, it puts you in a powerful position here. I like this, okay? So definitely standing in your strength, standing in your power, moving up to a position of empowerment and cutting away anything that impedes this. So this is really positive energy coming in here for you, Virgo. Okay, let's check out your magics that you hold, that you'll wield, that you'll acquire or recover in some cases. Ooh, yeah, see, look at this, just moving on up. You're seeing through all the illusions. I feel like these are one door of opportunity after another showing up for you. And the brilliant thing is, I feel like you have certain doors of perception that have opened up in your mind. There's this real clarity coming through for you. I have Herkimer Diamond coming through as an ally, like a stone for you to work with. They can really support you in your alchemical work. Herkimer Diamond is a very special type of clear quartz. It's only found in New York, and it just has a very special energy charge to it. Gives a lot of clarity, but it also keeps your energy running really clear. And sometimes you can find Herkimer diamonds that have water inclusions in them, and they are excellent for just enhancing your intuition. So you may want to look into getting yourself a Herkimer diamond to work with here. But I feel like you're not focused on the competition here. You're not focused on any of the things that used to sort of draw your attention in the past. You're not focused on any so-called opponent. It's like there's some kind of real shift you've had in your consciousness where you've got like laser-like focus on where you hope to end up. You're becoming very focused and determined here. And your focus is what is allowing you to recognize which opportunities you should let pass you by and which doors of opportunity you should step through. And so I feel like there's just a steady leveling up here for you. As you progress through the year, you are steadily moving up that ladder toward the north node, you could say, towards your North Star. Yes. Yeah, I just really just see that you're able to like cut through the illusion. You're able to cut through the distraction. You're able to cut through also what may have appealed to you before, but you recognize that's not who I am now. Like even the way you see yourself has changed. Very positive energy. What do we got here? Ooh, Galaxy Dad. Okay. So we got something going on with time here too. In relation to a wound, you may have felt pretty betrayed here. I have to say, right? There might be a certain magic you're gaining here where you're able to kind of turn back time and revision what happened back there in such a way where you no longer feel like a martyr, but it's actually become clear to you that that is what gave you your power or your strength. You're not waiting around for a particular resolution anymore either. I do have a specific time coming in here for you, and it's 12:20, okay? 12:20. So again, that makes me think of that 12th house judgment being called on a 12th house matter, on a karmic matter. I feel like there's something here where it's almost like you're able to turn back time to a point before an injury occurred. And it actually allows you to grok power from the experience, where at one point you felt like betrayed, or in some cases you may have felt like martyred or used as a scapegoat in a situation. I also feel like somebody who did not see you accurately before is going to get the memo. And so it might be a little bit of like an energy transference. That's how I'm kind of seeing it. It's like the person who was sort of at the helm of that ship that was all about, you know, sort of veering people off course. That's what it feels like. It does feel like there was something that was veered off course that was supposed to come in for you. It's kind of a trading places energy. It's sort of like this person's realizing that in tripping you up, they actually only martyred themselves here. Yes. Yes, because all things come back around. I do feel like you had some arrows slung at you. And since we're looking at magic here, there may have been some spiritual work involved here. And I do feel like it's pay up time, man. I mean, people are free to do that kind of work. You're free to do whatever you want. But the reality is, it's your energy you're putting out there at the end of the day. And on the path of the alchemist, that energy always comes back to roost. So, you know, I always say it's best if you're going to work with alchemy, like if you're going to do workings, it's best to do them to grok certain qualities within yourself, you know? Do a working to really build up your confidence. Do a working to help you see through illusion. Do a working to put you in alignment with your truth. Do a working to help you cleanse the grief you're holding on to. You know, when you use workings for self-transformation, it's so empowering. But people who like direct stuff at other people, man, you don't get it. You're just teaching yourself a lesson ultimately, because what you're doing is you're putting your energy out there in the form of your shadow stuff. It's the stuff you're projecting on somebody else, but it's just something that you're unconscious of. And so you project it on another, but ultimately it comes back around because it's yours to own at the end of the day. And I feel like this is a situation like this. It's like the magic's worn out. Whoever was doing spiritual work against you, Virgo, their magic is like it's past due. It had a shelf life of like milk, you know, left out on the counter. You know what I'm saying? Something is like, it's done. It's done. And now somebody's realizing that all those arrows they flung at you, they're actually, you know, coming back at them here. And time's up. I got that. Time's up for Galaxy Dad, right? You're overcoming it. So this is good. I mean, I really feel like you're free of this energy that was holding you up here. Let's see your advantages in 2025. Oh, yeah. You're schooling somebody here with Aunt Brenda. You're ringing that bell. You got somebody, you know, you got them in your graphs now. You're transforming this energy that was really feeding off of you. It's got kind of energy harvester kind of vibes here. Again, with that snake coming through, you could have been dealing with a Scorpio. It doesn't have to be a Scorpio. But either way, I do feel like somebody who really had you, you know, by the short hairs, you got the upper hand now. So this is your advantage, and you're sort of schooling this person. You're ringing their bell for a change. All right, that's some positive energy here. And then another advantage you have here is that you know when somebody's keeping a lot of secrets from you. You also know when somebody is wearing a false face. Now, we did look at this piece about online activity. So there may be somebody who's still trying to like connect with you or stay up on what you're doing or something like this. They could be somebody that's online. They could be somebody that's wearing a mask. They could be somebody that's coming in proxy of a whole group of people to try to access some secrets here. You know, though, when something is hidden. And so I don't feel like you're going to fall for this, all right? I would be careful, you know, in online communications where somebody's asking a lot of questions or where something feels really suspicious to you or where somebody's just really trying to gain access to you and you're like, this doesn't feel right. This feels like you're either not who you say you are or you're connected to people that I cut off. Like something doesn't feel right in this situation. It's to your advantage to trust your take on this because I think you're absolutely 100% correct about this. Let me go ahead and do a cut of the deck here. I don't feel like this energy that's problematic, right? That has been an issue for you in 2024 is gone anywhere. I do feel like it's still trying to assert itself, but the thing is, it's like it's past due. Time's up. This energy is already rerouting right now, so there's nothing that can be done about it. There's nothing that can be done about it. You know, even in the case of manipulations, you know, if it's just somebody sort of like, you know, poisoning people against you, you know, running a certain narrative around you. Or in the case of spiritual work, there's a shelf life to that stuff. Eventually, you know, the truth comes out. The truth always comes out. And that's what I feel this is, okay? So I like this. It's like school's in session. That's what it feels like. There's some people that are getting schooled here, and it's to your advantage. It's like, no. We're not going for another round, okay? It's final round here. We already rung that bell, and you know, I'm the victor here. I overcame this energy, and you're not going to feed off me anymore. Yep, you're really gaining the upper hand. For some of you, this was going on within the family, right? Within a family dynamic, or somebody you considered family. Okay, cut of the deck here. See what we got. I just want to look at this energy a little bit longer here because I really want to see what's happening here. Yep. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Like this is somebody that wants to come in and like hitch a ride here. They want to hitch a ride, but you've already seen something here. You've already seen the way this person is trying to like rob you of your time, your energy, also success and where you're looking to go. They see that you're on the rise here. They see that you're about to be put in that leadership position. And they want to try to put an end to that. They want to try to drown out your peace here. So, yeah, trust, okay? Any interactions that feel iffy, like just say no, man. Just say no. What's on the other side here? Just say no. I mean, look, it's coming out, the hangman energy again. I have to say, and they got a target on your happiness to a big 12th house energy. Big 12th house energy here. This person's a straight up clown, man. They're a straight up clown. They're looking to save themselves because they realize they got caught up. So they're going to come through, right? They're going to come through all silver tongue, telling you tales here. Don't think it's nothing because it's absolutely something and it will hold you back. But I think you're going to see through this, right? Don't fall for the okie doke and you're going to be just fine because this energy's really strong. But I do feel like you're going to be tested. And of course, you're going to be tested. Why? Because you're in the South node, man. It ain't fair, but it is what it is. That's the way it rolls out, man. I have to tell you. I know. I'm a Libra. I just got out of the South node. It's quite a challenge, I have to say. But I think you're going to do just fine. Just keep your focus, man. Looks good. All right, let's check out the mundane stuff. We're going to look at your health, your wealth, your love, and any spiritual guidance you need. I mean, yeah, look at this. Look at your health. All fired up in your independent energy, fire forward, looking good, feeling good with the Queen of Wands. Really pull from your fire in your chart at this time, anywhere you got it. Anywhere you have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements, really pull from that fire in your chart. These will help you in terms of your health or highlight areas where you need to focus or revitalize, improve the health of these areas of your life. Also look at those houses: first house of Aries, fifth house of Leo, ninth house of Sagittarius. So I do feel like maybe not taking such a regimented approach to your health, maybe bringing a little bit more fun, a little bit more pleasure in is something you need. Maybe trying something different in terms of the kind of exercise you do, something you find enjoyment in that just lets you blow off some steam, have a good time. I'm seeing like outdoor sports, outdoor activities for some of you. I'm seeing dancing for others of you. Just finding enjoyment in moving your body, not being so rigid with it. Maybe even dropping in with yourself each day and just being like, how do I want to move today? I feel like you're big time going to have some kind of makeover, transformation. I do feel like you're really working on your physical appearance here in terms of your health, and you have some goals in relation to that. I think you're going to be looking really good this year in that regard. So let's see what's coming in for Virgo's health in 2025. What is coming in for Virgo's health in 2025? What is coming in for Virgo's health in 2025? Some of you might actually work with a trainer. You haven't really been doing that, but you might decide you want to treat yourself to work with a trainer or sign on for some kind of it feels like a transformation program. Okay. Yeah, I think that, you might have had some stuff kind of get sidelined in terms of your exercise, because I think there was a lot you were processing emotionally in regard to some endings you went through. Some of you may have had like a serious operation that kind of sidelines you from a bit. And so that's why you're really wanting to get back to taking care of your body. It took time to heal and recover. I do feel like with the full moon, you kind of really got to the other side of that. So you're starting to get like ramped up and like, okay, I'm really ready to get back to training, get back to really focusing on my health. I got a lot around training coming in for you, especially in relation to aesthetics. It's like you're really wanting to look good. Like that's sort of what your motivation is. You might have more of a vanity goal in terms of your health at this time. Okay. Anything else that wants to come out in relation to health for Virgo here? I've got a couple cards there. Let's see what this has to say. Yeah, I mean, big transformation for you with your health, with the Magician here. I do feel like your health is really solid on every level here. There's just been a lot that you've been working through. I do see you taking the initiative. You're taking action to transform your health. And there is this thing about glamour. You know what I mean? You want to like really make a statement with your physical appearance. That's what I'm feeling. So I do see like big makeover, shape over, like glow up kind of energy here. And that's where your focus is. You want to really transform your appearance here. It's got those vibes like you wanted to kind of like shock people, okay? Some of you, this is because you're in some kind of field of communications or something where you feel like appearance really matters. Like it's sort of your calling card. And so you're really wanting to revamp your image a little bit. And I think that a lot of your health choices are directed toward that. Like, how can I improve my physical appearance? And there may even be like some special event that's coming up on the horizon in relation to this that you really want it to be sort of like your shining moment. You want to look your best, feel your best. So this to me just has that like new year, new you kind of vibes to it. I feel like this is what you're totally focused on here. And there's some kind of invitation coming in here that I think will really put a fire under your butt in regard to that, where you're like, oh yeah, I got to get it tight. I got to get it right. I got to look my best. Because it's sort of like this is going to be a moment where spotlight's on you. It may even, I just heard, this is kind of interesting. It may even be something that sort of leads you into the lion's den. Like you may be going somewhere where you know you're going to run into like a lot of people that maybe you've fallen out with, or people that you feel like, if you're honest with yourself, you know, on a certain level, you sort of feel like, oh yeah, well, I'll show you. You know what I mean? You want to sort of like, it's how it's coming through, Virgo. Like you kind of want to like shove it in their face. That's how it's coming through. Like I don't know if you're getting invited to like someone's party or like their wedding or something like this, and you're just like, no, I want to walk in there and I want to hold court when I walk in. Yeah, it's like a debut kind of energy. Okay, it could be another kind of special event too. It could be your debut in some regard. Okay. Yeah, this is something that you're working on here. All right. You are putting a lot of energy into this. It's about a new beginning you want to see in your life. You know, there's some vices you got to kind of clear out here, some things that aren't really working out for you or kind of like held you back from achieving your full potential in this regard, this transformation you're wanting to see. You know, some of you might like to go and throw back the drinks, or you might like to go out and hit the town and have some fun, and your sleep's kind of suffering as a result. All right. Or you got some other kind of, you know, habit. It could be you just like really like to indulge, you know, every now and then you're starting to recognize like, you know, I got to kind of like back off on that a little bit. It's okay to indulge a bit, but I need to bring more balance to this so it doesn't hold me back here with the devil coming in. I think you just like to have a good time, you know, you like good food, you like to have a nice drink every now and then, you like to go out and have some fun, and that can have you at times sort of like burning the candle at both ends and then getting a little depleted, and then you don't have the kind of energy to really put towards these goals, these health goals. So I see you creating more balance there, and nixing some unhealthy habits too. And it works out in your favor. Okay, it does work out in your favor. Yeah, and I don't know, there is really something around the past here. It's like you want to sort of like I don't know why I got that, Virgo, but I do. It's coming through for a reason. You really want to like show somebody in the past who like you feel like they need to, you know, I don't know why I just heard this, but it's like, eat it. Like, you know, you need to eat that humble pie. You try to put me down. No, it's your turn. I'm going to humble you. Wait until you see how I show up. It's like you feel like you got something to prove to somebody. I think it's more about yourself, you know, but for some reason, you're sort of like, using like these people in the past, and maybe you feel like they really put you down or something, and it's your way of like showing them that they weren't successful in that you were able to rise above that, right? Try not to make it too much about them. Okay, just this piece coming in, right? Don't make it too much about them, right? I mean, I think it's kind of funny, but you know, be balanced with it, right? Change things for you. You know, make it about you. Don't focus so much on these people. They don't deserve to have that free rent in your consciousness. Okay. What's coming up in wealth for Virgo, for their finances, for their career? How is that going to roll out for Virgo in 2025? What's going on in the money sector, the career sector for Virgo in 2025? This is the Paulina Tarot, by the way. Oh, moving on up. I like this. There's definitely a change in fortune here, moving into greater expansion, moving forward, moving on up with the Wheel of Fortune here, Sagittarian energy coming in there, right? There may be some kind of travel connected with your work too. You might get an opportunity coming in and you got to travel. To take up this opportunity. I do feel like you're not going to be stuck. There's going to be something that gets traction here. All right, let's get some more details about this for you. I feel like you're going to feel a lot more optimistic about your financial situation here. So there's improvement in finances. It's a good way to open up is your baseline energy. Something got thrown aside there. I'll get it in just a minute. It looks like a particular character here. And it got thrown aside. Judgment. Judgment on that. Okay, so you called judgment on somebody here. Maybe this person was causing some issues in relation to the finances. We got a Queen of Cups energy here. Okay, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. Right? You might have been partnering with somebody on something, or, you know, this could have been a lover you had, you know. Maybe you at one point, you know, were really building, you know, wealth together, accumulating wealth together, and then, you know, you had to cut yourself free from that. There might have been a little bit of financial adjustment there for you, for those of you who got out of serious committed relationships where you lived with the person, or you were married, or there were shared assets here. This could also be somebody that you were partnering with on some kind of business endeavor, on some kind of project, and it didn't work out. You had to cut yourself free from this. There may have been some loss caused by this individual, and it just took a little time to recover here. What do we got here? Yeah, but now you've got a brand new, fresh start, okay? So I do feel like something ended here, and it opens up a brand new chapter for you. And this is my If Wishes Were Horses, the Dreamers Would Ride card. So I do feel like you're moving forward in a very powerful way this year. Horse medicine is all about power and movement, right? And it's a journey, all right? I do got that like the rune Raido kind of energy. It's a journey. Like this happens in stages, but I feel like this energy of momentum and steady progression happening for you this year, even as you deal with some cleanup stuff. I mean, you will have karma rolling out as well, you know, over the next year and a half that you're hosting the South Node, just things lingering from the past that need to be cleared out completely. But I feel like it's more like you're really redefining who you were told you were in the past. It's like you allowed other people to kind of project onto you who you are. And now you're like, no, like I'm reclaiming this story here, you know? And this even applies in the realm of success, you know? Maybe people didn't really view you as a successful person, or maybe you've had some kind of dream, some kind of vision, something you wanted to do that you really believed in. Other people put it down. They said, oh, that's just a fantasy. You can't make that happen. You know, you're dreaming too big. And I think you're really reclaiming who you are as a successful person, as a financially solvent person, as an independently wealthy person, and understanding the many layers of wealth and what that implies. It's not just what you have materially. You know, you have a wealth of knowledge. You have a wealth of creativity. You have so much wealth that's meant to be shared. And this is something, this is a project. This is a project you're working on here that I don't know why I keep getting this. Like you may think that maybe nothing really will come out of it. And that could be partially because of what other people have said to you in the past. But I feel like this is something you're going to make time for, and you're investing energy in this. It could be like just a small business idea you have, or it's a creative idea you have, and you may have another job that's sort of like your bread and butter. But I do feel like there's something here you're putting some time and energy into, and you'll be surprised. This will be the thing that really takes off. And there's something about it that it allows you to sort of say, no, you know, I'm the author of my story here. You don't get to tell me what my potential is. Like you're really reclaiming the authority in your life. I like this. This is really good energy. Some of you may be writers, or artists. Okay. I got like album energy, movie energy, like making a screenplay or writing a book or even designing something. Okay. Designing something. It's got like kind of like publishing energy around it though. Okay. You might get something published. You might get something published. Interesting. Let me do a cut of the deck on that. It's interesting energy. Woo! Look at that. The pen is mightier than the sword. Justice. I mean, I think something here is your justice. This is something being balanced out for you. Big Libra energy in connection with this, okay? This may have been something you've been working on since, Libra was in the South Node. So that goes back a ways, Look back a couple years, What have you been really putting your energy into, but you feel like it just didn't get traction, some dream you had? If you really start fueling this dream and you don't like put it on the back burner, if you create some time for it, you'll find justice. It will come to fruition for you here. I feel like this will come around. Woo! And look at that. There's celebration here. There may be somebody you're pulling in on a project too. You may both benefit from it. This is a moment of celebration here with the Two of Cups. So yes, I do feel like there might be somebody you're creatively partnering with on something as well. And it turns out really well. I feel for both of you here, okay? Good energy. I like that. Okay, Virgo. Let's check out love. Judgment in your favor with that, right? Okay, let's check out love for Virgo. What's coming in for love and romance for Virgo? In 2025, Spirit, what's coming in for love and romance for Virgo? In 2025, Spirit, what's coming in love and romance for Virgo in 2025? Well, I think you're taking your time and really considering who you should invest in, how you should invest your energy, if there will be further growth in your connections in 2025. It's like you're in a place of evaluating with the Seven of Pentacles here, just opening up. You may want to improve a relationship and you're wondering, is it worth my time and energy? Some of you may want to heal a connection. You're wondering, is it worth my time and energy? You may have somebody come back around, they want a fresh start. Is it worth investing in? Let's see, okay? Some of you are in committed relationships and there's been a lot of challenges and you're just wondering, is it worth it? Like, should I stick it out or is it time to cut my losses? Some of you already cut your losses, all right? I do feel like there's something here lingering from the past that's sort of hanging over you. Like you feel like there's a past energy you haven't completely shaken yet. All right? Yeah. Absolutely. Maybe connected to a particular community of people here, because there is something that's sort of hanging over you from the past. It is something that you worry about, like, is this going to come back around again? And if it comes back around again, how am I going to deal with that? It could be connected to a Leo, but I just really feel that's that energy of the past that's still sort of like, it still clings to you a little bit. There could be a Taurus connection with this, with the Hierophant. I definitely feel like there's a community of people involved in this, right? Nine of Swords, this is just like a worry you have, an anxiety you have, or in some cases, if it was a really unhealthy connection or an abusive connection, you may have some fear, that this is going to crop up again. So let me get some details about this for you, Virgo. This may be somebody that you feel is like trails behind you a little too close for comfort as well, where you're like, I don't like this energy. This would be an energy that doesn't feel good, you know, that's sort of lingering here in relation to the past. And crossing that, we have the High Priestess. So water sign energy coming out around that. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, crossing energy. So remember what we talked about, that spiritual work. Like, you may wonder if this energy is still kind of lingering. Now, you could feel that this is like a bitter ex, maybe, that's like throwing some spiritual work your way, or is causing some kind of like, you know, manipulation in your situation that's cut off opportunities for you. This could be somebody you're dealing with that you feel like they have a secret side to them, and there's just a lot to unpack here, a lot to unravel. You don't know whether you can trust this individual. I feel like trust is a big issue in your relationships because of the experiences you've been through in the past. I do see that there is some alignment on offer here, though, with the Four of Wands. Like, the real deal, okay? This can be like starting a home with another, you know, moving in together, taking it to the next level, having a real committed relationship where you're invested in building a future together. It could also be marriage in some cases, okay? Some of you, you were married before, and that really hangs over you, you know? And so you're really just trying to take your time to trust your intuition and moving forward in matters of the heart here. Let me get some more details, because there is like this High Priestess energy that you're feeling like your hackles are up a little bit, you know? Like, I don't want to deal with any more mess, man. There's been too much here. I know you're not wanting to get roped into some drama that you felt like you were really in the middle of in 2024. Some more details about this. More details about this. And you may have been with somebody that you feel like, you know, was casting some stuff your way, if you know they work like that, you know? And you don't want this energy tapping into you, right? Well, don't let it, you know, put up some good boundaries, put up good energetic boundaries. You don't need to deal with that. Don't invite it in, right? Nobody can have that power over you unless you enter into energetic agreement with it. I will say it again and again and again. So don't let anybody have that power over you, okay? Yeah, look at that. And with that, we got, this could be in relation to an ex, okay? But we got, you need a block. Ooh, I turned it upside down too. Okay, that, I mean, not an accident. You might want to just say no. This person could have been connected to your ex, right? Or they could have been an ex of yours. It's got like big block, this energy, all right? If there was somebody in this situation, it was like somebody on the side and that was kept hidden and that's been revealed. Block that energy out, man, because I don't feel like that's what you need. You need something you can really count on here. And I do feel like moving forward in love, I do think there's an opportunity that's going to come in here for you, but you're not going to move forward with anybody that's not willing to be totally upfront, transparent, and is going to take their time, right? Knight of Pentacles, that's your energy, but it's a very like methodical, slow moving energy, not wanting to rush things, needing to really feel secure in opening up that space for love. Let me get some more details here. Anything else in relation to love for Virgo in 2025? Ooh, landed right on my lap. What's that? Yeah, I mean, we got Ace of Swords in reverse. So I'll tell you right now that you've dealt with a lot of deception. You've dealt with a lot of liars. And so I think that, you know, this is going to be a little bit of a challenge for you. This might be something you're sort of sorting out here. Yeah, you could have dealt with a fire sign energy, or you could have dealt with somebody that, you know, they had side pieces. You know, you could have dealt with some infidelity here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. I think you've dealt with a lot of deception, you know, and so there's something here that you have to get to a place where you really trust yourself and you trust your own intuition to know when, if somebody's telling you something that don't feel right, it ain't right, you know? So I see you taking a more slow approach here. It looks like there's been some problems. Let me do a cut of the deck here on this. I do feel like, you know, in the end, things will balance out with justice here. This is good. Okay. Libra energy there. And there is a new chapter that opens up for you in love, but this is something brand new. All right. Something brand new. And there's no games involved here, but I definitely see you're putting behind you any kind of like lying, deceitful, interfering energy, you know. If you were dealing with an ex who, you know, got involved with one of your friends or something like that, I feel like you're like, no, sorry, no go. I don't have time for that kind of mess, you know. I'm not in high school anymore. All right. So I feel like you're putting immaturity behind you, moving on, you know, in cases where you can't trust, if there's not clear communication, if somebody keeps everything inside, you're not dealing with that either, right? So I think it's going to be sort of slow moving energy. And I think as you do open up to new opportunities, for those of you that are single, I mean, it's the same trip. If you're in a committed relationship, it's going to take time to sort things out if you're wanting to work it out. Some of you may decide not to work it out, especially in cases where there's been infidelity. You're just going to be like, I'm good, especially if it involved a friend of yours, okay? But for those of you who are single, you're going to take your time. You're going to take your time. You're not going to be pushed into anything. I do feel like you're suspicious of people. And I think rightfully so. Looks like you went through some mess back there, okay? But I see ultimately something balances out for you. And you do come into alignment with somebody. It's a brand new start, okay? Brand new chapter with somebody who's not going to lie and somebody who's not going to play those kind of games with you, right? Looks good, all right? Ultimately, it'll take some time, though, for things to balance out. So just be prepared. Okay? Just be prepared. All right, and let's get some spiritual guidance for you in 2020. Whoa. Ooh. Well, that's interesting. A little storm in a teacup. That was a teacup that just fell. I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it. Somebody's not happy about that, Virgo. You do have an energy that is really trying to cock block you, man. I have to say. And they're not happy about that. But it's nothing but a storm in a teacup. So don't trip. Wow. Here comes the puffies trying to steal the sun. Ain't gonna happen, yutch. Let's get spiritual guidance for you, Virgo. That's the spiritual guidance coming in for Virgo. Ooh, somebody's heated. It's getting hot in here. Sorry, cross watchers. You know, I'm really going to start calling out cross-watcher energy in reads. Might start doing a little on-the-spot exorcism for cross-watcher energy when it comes in reads, because I'm tired of these people that, you know, kind of insert themselves in reads and bring in their negativity and try to slant what wants to come through by inserting their energy. That was so cross-watcher energy right there, man. That's what that was. You do have somebody who wants to block your path in love, but it ain't gonna happen. And they may, you know, come on real strong, whatever, but they're like a storm in a teacup, okay? Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Spiritual guidance for Virgo, please, for 2025. Spiritual guidance for Virgo, please, in 2025. All right, let's check it out. See what we got here. I mean, keep doing what you're doing, Virgo. You're protected moving forward here. You do have a new beginning here. It's solid. You're taking the right actions. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. You're going to continue to see steady growth. Just remember to stay on track, okay? Don't get distracted by this nonsense. You got some people around you who want to distract you, you know? They want to make you worse off than ever before because they're having to own their own actions up this time, and they really wish they could trade places. But, you know, you play, you pay. That's their problem. Yeah, this is like a false soulmate kind of energy. 6 of Cups in reverse coming in here. This is a past connection. Now, it could be a lover, yes, but this can also be a friend. This is somebody you would go way back with, okay? Way back with. They're coming in reverse, all right? So there is some contract here that you should not renew. And you already know who this person is. This is somebody who did you foul. And you've known this person for like a long time, all right? Coming in with King of Cups energy, water sign energy, really strong here in relation to this problematic situation. And with that, we got a crossing card that went right over that devil, okay? That'll slow you down. So let's see what that crossing card is, because that's going to reveal a lot. Yep. This person will bring nothing but pain. Pain and separation with the 3 of Swords. So you really need to be live to this. Landing right on that devil, okay? You are wise to consider your options. You are wise when you are uncertain to create space for yourself, to feel out if something is right for you or not. You are wise to do so. There's going to be a lot of offers coming your way, a lot of invitations coming your way, a lot of opportunities coming your way. Not all cups will quench your thirst. So take your time. It keeps coming back to this, Virgo, of really listening to what you feel, not getting suckered in by, you know, somebody out of nostalgia, okay? Because, oh, you know, we used to be so tight, or I thought you were a friend. There was already something that was revealed to you about this person that caused heartache here. It created separation here. Somebody did you wrong, okay? They did you wrong, and they interfered in something coming in for you, all right? They intercepted it. But I do feel like that energy is flinging back around, and there is something that's going to be balanced out here for you. But Spirit's really telling you, like, you're not going back that way. So I do feel like it's time to shut certain doors firmly. That's very important. Let me do a cut of the deck here. Everything's about you writing a brand new story. Do you see? 8 of Cups. You need to walk away from this energy. It's time to cross that bridge. Let it be water under the bridge, because you're heading down a brand new road here. You see? Look, and there you are. And you got to trust the path that you're on. You're being guided forward by the wisdom you have inside of you. I love how it unfolds. You see, there's a brand new road opening up for you. What's behind the Hermit here? Oh, see, you're putting the Hanged Man behind you. Big 12th house energy. So strong. Hangman came out so many times in your read. So you either were dealing with a Pisces, or you were dealing with a hidden enemy and somebody that you thought, like, we're cool, you're my friend, we go way back. But you have to know, you can't trust this individual. And I do feel like they're fuming. They're fuming. We see what's behind this Hangman here. They are fuming because they know that you are getting justice. And we're leaving it at that.